Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Intermakers. We're super happy to be recording this because in this video we're going to teach you how to ace a virtual internship.
So before we actually start, we want to give you a couple of words of encouragement. We know these times have been really weird for everyone. They have been hard. They have been taking an emotional toll on everyone, including myself.
Yeah, me too.
And well, I don't know about you. Has it?
Yeah,
it has. Okay, that's good to know. But I just want to say that if you're having an internship this summer and it got transferred to an online internship, I just want you to think about that. Yes, like we understand that maybe it might not have been the best circumstance that you would have wished for, but definitely a lot of people would wish to be on your shoes. So just remember to give your best with this internship. Honestly, times are going to get harder after this, and this is going to help you a lot in the future. So do it for those people that can't do it. Give it your all. Do it for your families. Do it for yourself, most importantly. And remember that at the end of the day, an internship is a place where you can learn, and it's up to you to make the best out of it. But with that said, let's continue with the video. So now we're going to give you some advice and tips so that you can actually do really, really well on your online internship. And actually, these tips also apply for the future, even if you're not online. First things first, reach out to your manager and make sure that you schedule a one-on-one meeting every week with them. This will allow you to have better communication, and it will give you time to express anything that you want. And most likely, I always recommend about like 30 to an hour. There's some managers that prefer 30 minutes. There's some that prefer an hour. You can ask them and they will let you know. A pro tip, if you still haven't begun your internship, I think it's really, really good to contact them before starting your internship if you know who they are. The reason is that you can ask them what they are expecting of you, and you can even ask for some advice from your own manager in how you can deal with this whole online internship. And honestly, I think that speaks really well about yourself, just because it shows that you have the initiative to make things right. So I think that would be a really, really good one.
Yeah, I think that's a great tip. I remember when I had my first internship, like 2 months before my internship started, I reached out to my manager and I asked him like what specific technologies I had to learn before my internship. And he sent me like this huge list of things that I had to learn or that it would be useful for me to learn. And it was really cool because I had 2 months in advance to learn and like prepare for that. Another very important thing to do is to schedule meetings not only with your manager, but with your teammates as well. So if you have many different teammates, try to schedule one-on-ones with each of them. Maybe not with everyone every week, but at least with one. This is super helpful because you can always try to learn new things, like get to know them, things like that. And also something really cool that I have done, and I think it works very well when you're remote, is to schedule like an hour or so, maybe 30 minutes, just that you're online, even if you're not talking to someone, but you're online and that person is online as well, and you're working. But in the moment when you get a question and you want to ask something, it's just easier to ask someone that is right there than to like send a message to someone and say, "Hey, are you available?" Or sending a calendar invite to someone, because it's possible that they're busy and they will miss that message. And doing this is the equivalent of being in an office and someone is sitting like right beside you, and you can just turn around and ask, "Hey, can you help me with this?" So I really, really, really recommend this and try to do it. It's pretty good.
I really love that advice as well. But to add a little bit more to it, now we're going to talk about another part that also involves your teammates and other people that you may not be aware of yet. So to do that, we recommend you to really understand your project. What we mean by this is normally when they give you a project, it is affecting someone or it's helping someone or something like that. We usually call those like stakeholders or just simply your team, right? Your team is going to be maybe greatly affected by whatever you do. So make sure that you identify what your project is, like who is going to be able to help you with your project. If you get stuck, who knows about your project that can help you in the future? And just kind of like ask yourself those questions like, I think it's really useful to ask yourself, okay, like who cares about my project? It's just like tells you so much already.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that will help you a lot when trying to make sure who to contact and make these virtual meetings and work side by side. And also a lot of companies give mentors sometimes.
Yeah.
So like even your mentors, even if they're outside or in your team, they can be a great resource for you. And just remember to use them.
Yeah, definitely. Really great advice. And another really good thing to do is to be proactive. So what does that even mean when you're like remote? Well, it's something like that you can do. It goes along the lines, or like it's very similar to what I said before about like setting meetings with your teammates. And it's basically try to be very helpful. Like if you see that your like teammate is working on something really interesting, you should be able to, just like ask that person if you can help out. Just like help as many people as you can. Like of course, if you have some extra time, like if you have a lot of things to do, like it's always bad to say yes to so many things and not do well on all of them. So definitely use your time well, but be proactive and just like try to help them, try to work with them. There's something that a lot of people don't know about like recruiters when they're trying to figure out if they're gonna give you a return offer, and it's that they usually ask your teammates for feedback. So if you have been working with many of your teammates and you have been helping them out and they know your style of work and they know you as a person, then maybe they will give like very good feedback and you will get that return offer. Mm-hmm. So definitely be proactive. This next tip is very, very, very useful. I have used it when I was an intern as a software engineer, and now that I'm a full-timer, I use it all the time as well. It's super valuable, and I learned this from my mentor when I was an intern. I call it like the two golden rule tips for interns. And the first one is if you get stuck, like completely stuck with something for more than 20 or 30 minutes. And when I say completely stuck, I mean like you already tried to do all the research you could. You already tried to read all the documentation. You already asked, maybe not asked, but you already did all you could and you're completely stuck. Just ask for help. Mm-hmm. Like it's possible that someone might, like from your team, might know how to help you, and you can, you can solve that problem in like 20 minutes or 10 minutes. And if you don't do that, it could take you like hours or even days. And this has happened to me. Like I have worked on something for hours, like more than 5 hours, and I'm completely stuck. But then I asked someone, and then they knew exactly what was wrong, and they helped me out. Mm-hmm. So that was like the first one. If you get stuck for more than 20 or 30 minutes, ask for help. Okay, the second one is ask questions. You should be asking many questions to your manager, to your teammates, to everyone. And that's because like when you get assigned something, there are so many things that you don't know, and you need to clarify stuff. You need to be asking all of these things. Otherwise, it's just gonna take you like a long time to fix stuff. And something that my mentor told me that time was like he prefers for me to bother him with many questions than for me to bother him because I broke something or I changed something that it's just like I made a mess, you know? Mm-hmm. So definitely think about that. Like it's better for you to bother your manager with questions than for you to bother him because you completely mess everything up.
And also, I think just to add like a little bit more on that, I think that asking questions shows a lot of your initiative and curiosity. And honestly, I think initiative is one of like things that a lot of people enjoy seeing the most, right? Like nobody wants to work with someone that you always have to be like telling them, hey, right? They want to work with someone like they want to work with someone who's gonna come to you and like actually ask you, hey, like how can I do this or something. Like I think that's really like a really, really good advice that has helped me a lot personally as well.
Yeah.
All right. So the last tip we have for you is networking. So this one is a little bit more challenging now that it's going to be a virtual internship, but it's not impossible. Alejandro and I have been speaking a couple of times about this, and we really think that companies are going to push to have events online. We don't know how that will consist of because it's the first time we ever see this, but our best guess is that they are going to do a lot of events virtually, And we highly recommend you to go to those. We don't know how they work yet, but just try your best to be there, just so that you can also meet maybe other interns or other young professionals, or just simply anyone, right? Like, you never know who can change your life or your career or anything. And most likely you will probably get to meet other people there who are looking for the same thing, right? And second of all, so that's one. Another one is, I know that internships are also a really useful time to get to learn about other positions and teams. We don't think you should be restricted because of a virtual internship to do that. So our advice would be to ask your manager about any. Well, first of all, talk to your manager and tell them what you are interested in. And if they know anyone who you might be able to talk to that does something related to those things that you like. And that way you can like start building your network in that way of knowing who is doing what. So we just want to give you that advice because yes, it is going to be more challenging, but it is not impossible. Communication is key. Anyways, I think that you can also ask your manager for an email of introduction or something. There's a lot of managers out there that just want to see you succeed. So I think you should do it, definitely. You never know if you're going to find another team that they may also be interested in you or something. I don't know.
Yeah, just to add a little bit on that. Let's say that in the company that you have your internship, there are no virtual events. Then, like, I mean, that's tough. It will be a little harder for you. But, I mean, you can always ask around if you want to start your own event. And if you want to get other interns to get together virtually, that's always pretty cool too. And I mean, remember, like, everyone's on the same boat. So don't feel bad because like you want to talk to someone. I mean, I'm sure everyone's gonna feel the same.
Yeah. And lastly, don't forget to follow up with those people that you talk to on these networking events, or simply with people you get introduced to just as a thank you, or just so you can follow that relationship. But anyways, these were all of our advice. We hope you really have a good internship. Just know that if you need anything, if you like have a question about what to do during your internship, you can contact us and we'll be happy to answer that for you.
Yeah.
But now that we said that, take care. Be careful out there, and you're gonna do just fine. You'll know that, and don't forget to follow us on all our other social medias: Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok. Am I missing anything?
Subscribe on YouTube.
Just subscribe.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.